Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the High School Blitz. I'm joined, as always, by Thomas T.J. Jones. And Thomas, state semis are coming up. We've got 5 area teams still alive. Let's start from the top. Wimberley, 13-1. West Orange Stark, 11-2. They play Friday night.
Ooh, West Orange Stark, man. 2-time defending state champs. They've won 39 games in a row. They've played in 3 straight title games. So who am I taking? Of course, Wimberley. You know why? Jordan Weeks mainly. West Orange Stark's defense is outstanding. They're allowing 8 points a game, 4 shutouts. They have not seen a quarterback like JoJo Weeks for Wimberley. They haven't played that type of guy. And Wimberley's Code Red defense, that's not a great West Orange Stark offense. I think Wimberley's defense can play a big game. I think Wimberley in the upset.
I'm going to pick Wimberley too, and one more player I'd like to add to that list, Thomas Carruthers. He's got 1,500 yards rushing, but in this last game, the victory, 2 sacks on Cuero's final offensive drive that sealed the game. So he does it on offense, he does it on defense. And Weeks, you mentioned Weeks, 49 touchdown passes this year. That's quite amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
Next game, maybe the surprise team of Central Texas, at least they're a surprise in my book. McCallum, College Station. And it's not A&M, it's College Station High School.
College Station, which is the newer high school in the Bryan-College Station metropolitan area. Look, McCallum's undefeated. We know what kind of run they're on. This College Station team, if you don't know anything about them, they have a kid named Marquez Perez, plays quarterback. He's going to Tulsa as a receiver. This is a team that just lost to Westlake by 7 points in the season opener. They have scored 53 points a game in the last 3 weeks. Now, however, they've given up 39 points a game in those 3 games. I think McCallum is going to find some running room. I think McCallum's going to win the game in the trenches again. I think McCallum keeps his magical run going. They pull off the upset.
I'm going to pick McCallum too. I like the defense, especially Jackson Masters in the middle. Oh, yeah. 18 tackles last week, and you know he's the man. Alexander Julian, one of the best running backs in Central Texas. I expect him to have a big game. Let's go to another surprise team. As far as I don't think they've been this deep before. Cedar Ridge, 13-1 against the mighty, powerful Allen football team at 14-0.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is the longest run by Cedar Ridge ever in their 6-year history. Now, talking about 6 years, Allen, biggest school in the state, biggest band in the state, biggest football program in the state. Heck, they haven't lost a regular season game in 7 years. So, of course, I'm picking Cedar Ridge. You know why? Because I think Allen's a little overrated. I think that DFW media tends to overvalue the Eagles. They've lost 2 straight years in the state semis. They lost to the Woodlands last year. They got beat by Westlake in 2015. I like Cedar Ridge. I like their defensive line. If Simi Bakari's back healthy, that gives them an extra element. I'm going with the Raiders in the upset. I'm
going to go with Allen. As you say, they're the biggest school in the state, biggest band in the state. A few years ago, I saw their band play at halftime. The band members were from side to side on every single yard line, all the way across. 650 people in the band.
Their clarinet section is bigger than McCallum's football roster.
And they're giving up only 17 points a game. I think it's going to be a shootout, but I'm going with Allen. Lake Travis, Katy in the Alamo. Not the Alamo Dome, Alamo Stadium.
Alamo Stadium, the Rock Pile, one of the great high school venues in the state.
Absolutely.
Okay, Lake Travis fans are going to remember 2 years ago, Lake Travis played Katy in the state championship game. Katy won 34-7 behind one of the best defenses that we've seen at the high school level. Bad news for Lake Travis fans, this defense for Katy is very, very similar. They're holding opponents to 6 points per game, Katy is. They've outscored their last 2 foes 75-3. Junior DeAndre Glass at running back will give Katy enough offense. I think Katy will finally be a team to expose Lake Travis's one dimension, which is quarterback Matthew Baldwin, receiver Garrett Wilson, receiver Hudson Card. I think Katy wins.
I learned a long time ago, don't pick against Lake Travis in the playoffs. They've won state 6 times. They're the defending state champs. They're playing their best football right now. They didn't play very well in the first half of the season. They've come on strong. I look for Matthew Baldwin, who's got more than 50 touchdown passes. He's going to Ohio State for a reason. It's going to be a good, hard-fought game at the Rock Pile, as you say. Yeah. I'm going with the Cavaliers. Last but not least, the team that I think will probably win state, but let's stay with the semis first. Westlake, undefeated, Cy-Fair.
Cy-Fair is undefeated, too. Give Cy-Fair credit. They are not really weak in any area. They do everything well, defensively, offensively, special teams. but they're having the best season in a generation. This is their first state semifinal appearance since 1985. You know how many times Westlake's played in a state semi since 1985? 16. Westlake's been there. They've done that. Too much for Cy-Fair. I think Nakia Watson has another big game. I think that defense has another big game. And Taylor Anderson, that little quarterback that keeps doing it, he'll probably have 300 total yards. I like Westlake.
I like Westlake too. I like their defense mainly. Their defense is going to keep them in every game that they play this year. They've got 42 sacks, 19 interceptions, so they're actually giving the offense opportunities and good field position. That's what happened the other day, 28-14, they won, and they pitched a shutout in the second half against Steele. So that'll be our 5 picks for the weekend, and we've agreed to disagree on just 2, but we'll be back next weekend for championship weekend at AT&T Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. But until then, for Thomas Jones and myself, we hope to see you at the stadium.